Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this BIMinNZ event tonight. My name is Ali Bidhendi. I'm a PhD candidate at Auckland University of Technology, and I've just recently joined Frequency as an associate project manager and controls. At the moment, I'm working in terminal enabling program at Auckland Airport. Before I begin, let me tell you a quick story because it's a bit full circle for me tonight. 3 years ago, I landed to New Zealand, and a few months in, I walked into my first ever BIMinNZ event. It was at Becca's old office at Peter Street, and I didn't know a single one in the room. That was where I met Farzan Farzadi. He's helped me a lot, more time I even can count since. So I remember that I was standing there thinking, this is a really cool community, and I've never imagined 3 years later I'd be the one up here presenting to you. So genuinely, I'm very grateful for having me tonight. My presentation is about purchasing the software is the easy part. Almost everyone with a budget can do that. But what actually decides whether it survives contact with the real construction site is people side. I'm going to tell you why. In the ever-evolving world of technology, we often see that a lot of organizations are shaping their development approaches around latest trends. You may have heard about strategies like API first, mobile first, cloud first, and more recently, AI first, which means considering, for example, AI as an ultimate strategic direction and ignoring about all other alternatives we may have. On the other hand, the disruptive nature of technology, particularly digital technologies, have demonstrated their ability to transform not only our lifestyle, but also our mental paradigms, our ways of thinking, our values, social and individual interactions. However, what tends to be neglected or underestimated is the profound impact of us, profound impact of human on shaping our today's world and its future. So tonight's presentation addressing a critical challenge. While we are investing billions in transformational technologies, we are still seeing a lot of implementations are failing spectacularly. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you why this is happening and what actually works. So let me start with some shocking numbers and realities. According to big head companies like Deloitte, PwC, McKinsey, around 80% of digital transformations fail to achieve their original outcomes. And even when they doesn't fail outright, most of the value still doesn't show up. McKinsey surveyed around 1,300 senior executive leaders and found that organizations were capturing only 31% of the revenue lift they expected and 25% of cost saving. And the interesting point is that it's rarely technology to blame. And construction industry is one of the most affected industries for unsuccessful transformational implementation. Again, according to McKinsey, asset-heavy industries, including construction, have the lowest rate of success in digital transformation implementation, around between 4 and 10%. And in addition, general contractors operate in a very low profit margin, typically between 2 and 4%. So poorly managed transformation can have significant financial impact. And moreover, around 20%, because of the project-based nature of the construction industry, around 20% of the construction's workforce change every year, making it difficult to maintain consistent ways of working. So where I first saw this pattern and why I decided to study digital transformation with human lens. Back in 2020, I was working in Iran's digital government program, quite a massive program. It has It had 23 projects. Basically, all the ministry wanted to become digital under one massive platform. And after a while, I saw that almost most of the challenges weren't technical, they were cultural. So people, culture, leadership were the difference between success and failure in different ministries. And then I moved to the construction industry, and again, I saw the same pattern, but multiplied. So if transformation is already hard in a stable organization, it's even harder in the construction industry. And I found out that transformation needs a structure. So it's literally a big change. So we need a change management model, something that we can follow step by step to make sure we are doing it in a structured way. And obviously, organizational leaders, as the owner of this change, face a lot of challenges, and there is no best practice or good practice as a strategy for addressing those challenges. So I decided to study a PhD and then try to develop a comprehensive guideline for construction organizational leaders on how to implement digital transformation in a way that put people at the center of the change. So just let me quickly walk you through these slides. So I studied around 4,000 research papers and industry reports, and then I designed a customized change management model for digital transformation implementation. And after that, having this on my hand, I interviewed with 20 senior leaders across New Zealand, Australia, UK, and Denmark. So to extract the challenges they face and the strategies they thought that could be useful. So basically, it was 4 rounds of interview with them, 4 rounds of 2 hours interview. And then I went to Chile, directly working with 8 construction SMEs under a national agency program called Corfo to test and refine the model. And then last year in December, I conducted a scenario-based workshop with 45 practitioners in New Zealand to test the applicability of this guideline in the New Zealand context. So these are the challenges that most of the construction organizations faced while they wanted to implement digital transformation. The biggest one is resistant to change, especially with experienced people, those with more than 20 or 30 years of experience. This is not because they can't learn quickly, they can't adapt themselves. This is because of their ways of thinking, because we have to change how they've worked before. And then the other one is lack of digital skills in the rapidly evolving world of technology. So employees need to be reskilled almost every day. We are bombarded with a lot of technologies and tools. And cost of investments. I remember one of the large organizations here in New Zealand, the CIO of this organization, told me, if you want to give birth to an elephant, make sure you can afford to feed it, because it's not a one-off implementation. It's a long journey. And finally, treat everything as business as usual without having a change management model attached to your work. So what works? Sorry. I'll share the slides, I promise. So what works? This is the change management model we have developed. 3 phases, 10 activities, and under each activities, several tasks. So let me tell you how we ended up with this change management model. We found 20 change management model, which is currently in the market, like Qatar 8-Step, ADCAR, McKinsey 7S, things like that, and extracted all of their activities. On the other hand, we extracted more than 400 human-centric principles, and with an advanced, robust network analysis, we ended up with a human-centric integrated change management model, which is published in one of the most famous journals in the world and have been tested in 8 construction SMEs, and now at the moment they are working with this model. So let me scrutinize each phase for you. First phase, strategic initializations. This is the phase almost most of the organizations skip directly to buying the software, which is exactly you shouldn't. 3 things need to happen first. Number 1, you need to build a real vision and change story and make sure you can communicate it through whole organizations effectively. Number 2 is organizational competencies assessment. You assess yourself honestly. Where are you at the moment and where do you want to be in the future? And then you understand the problems you have and the gap you want to fill. And since this is a very stressful journey, this is typically between 3 to 5 years of journey. So it's very stressful for everyone, especially for some of the employees, because they may think that they're going to be replaced by digital technologies, specifically AI. So it would be wise if considering having a well-being and support structure before starting the implementation journey. And operational transformation, this is where most implementation makes place. The first one is resource allocation. Make sure you have enough resources, especially dedicated change management resources. So if you have a multi-million-dollar digital transformation project, just a couple of thousands for change management doesn't work at all. It guarantees the fail. And training and development, you need to make sure that your employees are be able to work with digital tools and think digitally. Technological adoption, we are not developing or bringing technology to replace our employees. We are bringing them to enhance their capabilities. So the technology work around the people, not on the way around. And then employees' involvement and empowerment. So having a change champion, making sure that they are involving in this journey. And lastly, sustainable integration. This phase, almost everyone underinvests. This is why we see so many transformations look great in 6 months and then quietly fade. So we need to have a performance monitoring and feedback loop. This helps us catch employees who are diving back to old habits early. And value integration program and cultural reinforcement, which means we need to embed digital thinking, not just digital working, in our organizational culture. So this phase almost guarantee your implementation phase success in long term. Yeah, now the interesting part. I have had a privilege to go to Chile last year, April, for 6 weeks. These are the photos I took myself. It's in the aircraft, and this is where Pablo Neruda were sitting and were writing those beautiful sentences, and he took the Nobel Prize with this beautiful view in Valparaiso. So this sentence really resonates me and reminds me resilience and irreplaceable human spirits. I'm gonna read it for you. Podrán cortar todas las flores, pero no podrán detener la primavera, which means they can cut all the flowers, but they cannot stop the springs. Technology may be advancing rapidly, but it's people, their passions, their ideas, their values that makes true lasting transformation. So this is a snapshot of those 8 construction SMEs. You can see very different, some structural contractors, residential, design studios, some developer and investors, usually between 10 employees to 100. And then these are the real photos that I took. I was in planning meetings, in site visits. I also conducted a seminar for the local governments and all the industries. And you can see here, it wasn't just about research or doing work. I had fun there, empanadas, the brilliant sweet wine in Chile. I enjoyed a lot, you can tell. And also you can see that a lot of fascinating technologies, highly accurate sensors, VR, BIM workstations, they installed. This is funny because they paid a lot for BIM workstation installed in the site, but nobody could work with that. Yeah. And these are the challenges. I interviewed with 35 people, I can say, in Chile. So resistant to change, communication challenges, again, significant skills diversity in digital literacy. So usually the leaders were very good at technology, but when it came into the workers and the middle layer, no skills and resource constraint because they were SMEs. They were working in a very low profit margin. So as you can see, it's pretty similar to the international large organizations context. So what is interesting for me is the difference between Chilean SMEs and international large organizations. Chilean companies tend to be informal, relationship-based, incremental, project by project, rather than a big enterprise-wide implementation. They wanted to calculate the return of investment in their mind just quickly, and then pick up the phone, call to the board, or sending a message on WhatsApp without a structure. On the other hand, the larger organizations I interviewed with in New Zealand, Australia, UK, and Denmark, they had brilliant, fantastic business cases, detailed return of investments, calculations, change management structure, everything. So I'd say neither of these approaches are wrong. It's just different approach, different response for different context. So these are the three takeaways and lesson learned that I want to share with you that I got from my experience in Chile. First of all, adaptive implementations. I remember that one of the builders wanted to do BIM for their clients, full BIM, full package, but I advised them instead of bringing everything at once, we started small. Just a 3D visual on tablets during the client site visit, and that was low risk, client loved it, and pay off immediately. So after this quick win, then we scaled to integrate it into the whole design. So we started small without risk, and then we got the confidence, and then we scaled. I'm going to miss the second one. The third one is communication tailoring. So same technology, but three different approaches, three different communications. For business owners and board, we focused on return of ROI calculation, competitive advantages, and business development. For the technical internal staff, we focused on workflow integration, and for the workers on the site, we advise them that it's going to help you to do your job safer without any redo. It's not going to replace you. It's just here to help you to go back home safe. And the second one, which is the most interesting, I love that really. In Chile, they mentored each other. I mean, the organizations mentored each other. Companies with more maturity in digital mentored those companies which weren't mature enough. I remember that one of the companies implemented Project Management Information System, PMIS, and then he advised everyone else to do the same, and he said that we are going to help you to do that. We are going to show you. Why would they do that? They're competitors. So there are two reasons behind it. First of all, if you want to justify the investment in digital transformation and bringing cutting-edge technology in this low-profit industry, you need to lift the whole sector. Clients, subcontractors, everything. then you can have a better productivity. The second one is, what's the point if the client or your subcontractors do not work with digital platforms or these technologies? Because at the end, you need to adapt yourself with them because they are not capable of adapting themselves with you because they are not mature. So it's just a failure of investment. It's just waste of money. So helping each other would be actually a bonus, not a threat. And if you ask me what should we do first, I would say 4 things. First of all, assess yourself honestly. Be honest with yourself. Assess everything. It's not just you that you love technology. You need to see what resources you got, how many stuff you have, and then understand why you want to implement digital transformation, a reason behind it, and understand where do you want to go. And of course, there is the gap. And commit genuinely. Leadership buy-in and understanding is the key here. So if leadership just come and sign the contract or sign the project, it's not enough at all. We need a complete buy-in and understanding of the whole project. And tailor the message. If you want to present to the board, if you want to present to different staff or at the site, you need to have different ways of message and start small. Baby steps will help a lot. If you see the quick win, that would be very low risk and you'll get the confidence to implement at the scale. Yeah, that's me. Thank you so much. And I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. And yeah, thank you for having me.